Hello everyone, welcome to a lore/speculation video, and I have a question for you. Do you think liars go to hell? I don't. I think they go to Elder Scrolls in the form of a cat that never goes away. Today, my dear viewers, we're talking about the fabulous fibber, Maik the Liar. The first time we meet our fuzzy friend is in the Sheogorath region, and he's just hanging out by his lonesome. He's pretty dripped out and has this sick hat, and he's also in a different fur stock from any other form we'll see him in. The first fabulous words from his mouth are, "Greetings, Maik knows many things. What is your interest? You seek knowledge? Maik has much. Some verified by actual facts." This is essentially a tongue-in-cheek warning about his need to fib. Almost everything he says in Morrowind is just random shit, gibberish. He says things like, "The Dwemer were here, and now they're not." Thanks, Mike. I think next time I'll ask Captain Obvious. He's essentially just an Easter egg character who constantly breaks the fourth wall. In Oblivion, we run into our friend again, and he's a jogging champion. If you've ever played Ocarina of Time and seen that dude, he runs around in between the field, he's like that guy. In the Oblivion remaster, he gets a beautiful new makeover. He looks great and even has a new pendant. If you somehow manage to catch up with him, he'll have sarcastic remarks about controversial features like no horseback combat. He's basically a big Bethesda simp, and he defends their design choices. He remains an Easter egg character and one that the players have to seek out in order to hear his unique dialogue. But then, our cat friend appears again in Skyrim, despite it being over 200 years after Oblivion. We can find Maik wandering across all roads in the province, telling his tall tales. Notably, this version of Maik is essential and he cannot be killed. So no matter how many dragons he fights or no matter how many times you shout him off a mountain, he'll always give back up to tell more lies. He addresses the possible reason for his longevity. He says that his father's name was Maik, and then his father's father was Maik, and then his father's 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 name was Maik, and then his father's 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 name was Maik. But then again, he tells us we can't trust a liar. A lot of his dialogue mirrors his previous statements in the other game. And lastly, we see Maik in Elder Scrolls Online, which is 2,000 years before Skyrim. And he continues his tradition of shitposting IRL. He says things like the wood elves aren't actually made out of woods and the high elves might actually be high. Across all iterations of Maik, he's portrayed as the wandering sage fool. He drops Easter eggs and breaks the fourth wall, and overall has a very tongue-in-cheek nature. He has the capability to tell us of future events, however they're always covered in fibs. So here comes the speculation part. Is Maik more than just a wandering kitty? In the Khajiit pantheon, there are several knowledge or trickster-bearing spirits that he could be related to. I think the best pick is Razine, the trickster god. He was a beloved god through the feats he performed, like giving to the poor. Maik's consistent presence throughout the games would make me think that it could be Razine entertaining himself perhaps. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up this lore and speculation video. Have a good night, everyone.